Hey Internet, it's a Chicago Showdown on this week's roundup. We've got WBC Root Beer, Chicago style. WBC, which stands for the WIT Beverage Company, which itself in cursive acronym for the Whatever It Takes Beverage Company. Whatever It Takes in this case involved picking up the soda making operation of the Goose Island Beer and Brewery Company after Goose Island was bought by InBev a couple years ago, InBev being one of the companies that would very much like to own every single alcoholic beverage brand that exists on the planet Earth. Yeah, there's 2 or 3 of those. They'll fight it out eventually, and we'll all be their slaves. Goose Island Root Beer was one of the first gourmet root beers I ever tried. My brother brought it back from a Chicago trip, probably because he wanted to talk about visiting the brewery without having my parents question whether or not he had drunk. Anyway, I remember it being good. We'll see how it holds up. Dad's Root Beer started in Chicago in 1937. It was one of the leading national brands for the longest time, kind of died out recently, at least in my experience. I first experienced Dad's in a vending machine outside of a sandwich shop my mother ran while I was in elementary school. I remember it being pretty good, but we'll see. And Berghoff Root Beer, stemming from the Berghoff restaurant in Chicago, which opened in the 1890s, itself an offshoot of the Berghoff Brothers beer operation. Berghoffs aren't involved with the brewery so much as their name is anymore, but they've been making root beer since Prohibition.
I'm gonna party like I did when I was 8. Drink too much root beer, stay up late. The Adam glasses, root beer round me. Yeah, the Adam glass, root beer round me.
Well, it's root beer time. We'll start over here with the Berghoffs. These are all twist tops. Should make things a little quicker this week. I've been having trouble with the bottle cap openers. Berghoffs, it's pretty dark. No bite on the nose. Very vanilla-y on the nose. Not bad. I feel like I've been saying this a lot recently. It's a solid classic root beer. Good caramels. More on the sassafras end than the vanilla, but a pretty good mix. It's a pretty solid root beer. Dad's. Now, Dad's, your national brands, like most of them, usually uses corn syrup. Dad's in a glass bottle, however, is real sugar. It's a little bit lighter than the Berghoff, but more bubbly too. Interesting smell. Hard to describe. Won't taste like I expected Dad's to taste like. It's got a bit of a bite to it. It's creamy. But the flavor's kind of elusive. It's not really vanilla-y. It's not really sassafras-y. Lacking anything to compare it to, I would still call it root beer. It's not overly sweet, which I would expect from something national brand. Your A&Ws, they're usually really on the sweet end. But it's solid, it's classic. So I've got the WBC Goose Island. This might be a pretty boring episode if I like them all. Color-wise, about the same as the others. A little bit darker, maybe. Not a lot of smell to it at all. sweeter than the others. Kind of fruity back end. But not a lot going on for it otherwise. It's vanilla, but vanilla in a sort of root beer float way. Yeah, not overly so, but still, its creaminess makes it taste more like ice cream than soda, I guess is what I'm trying to say there. It's alright, but you know what? It could be a stunning upset here. I'm going to go Berghoff out front. It's good stuff. We're going to go Dad's number 2. It's pretty good stuff too. The WBC is perfectly drinkable, but I can't believe I'm rating Dad's over Goose Island, but I am. There you go.